just as many LA fights as they do Vegas, because it's really the same shit. The same people kind of mix and go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it was fun. It was positive. The fights were fucking great. Joe Lozon, Jesus Christ. If I could come back and recycle myself, I'd come back as Joe Lozon. So, seriously, I love that jiu-jitsu shit like that.
He's fucking, everything he did was awesome. And Jamie Varner was awesome, too, man.
Jamie Varner.
That guy's made a huge comeback. He just didn't have enough time to get into condition for this fight, I think.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
it was
I think
3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, I think he took it on short notice. So, you know, it's a tough fight. Joe Lozon is one of the best. You know, he's a dangerous kid. He's got a lot of tools.
One thing I love about Joe Lozon is when they match him up, just by who, like if they match him up against somebody who's a great striker, the better the striker, I know Joe Lozon has a better chance of winning. This is the craziest thing. Really? Because if you hit him and he gets on his back, he attacks you from his back. He don't give a fuck. He fucked up a couple people. Didn't he get Melvin Gillard too?
Yeah, he got
Melvin Gillard came in there jumping and screaming. He fucking caught him.
Melvin keeps talking like saying that Joe Lozon got lucky, but let me tell you something. When someone wants to punch you in the face and they do punch you in the face, that's not luck. Okay, that's what he wanted to do, and that's what he did. It ain't, you know, there's no lucky punches. To say it's a lucky punch is one of the craziest things people could ever say. When you rush in like that, like he did with his face exposed, with a good fighter, a guy is going to snap off a jab on you. I think he probably underestimated Lozon's striking. You know, his striking, Melvin's striking is so good and so fast. Good, yeah. He's so fast, man. When you watch him put combinations together, you go, God damn. His technique is clean. He's got a lot of power in his hands, and I think he just got a little overconfident. And Lozon is not to be fucked with,
isn't he?
Yeah,
he's had like 44 fights or something.
Lozon is a beast, dude. That was an awesome fight. He's smart. That's the most dangerous thing about Joe Lozon is he's smart. You know. And then I'm looking for, and Anthony Pettis just knocked Joe Lozon out in the first round. Their fight, you know, and he hasn't fought since then. I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again. I think he got injured though.
Pettis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to set up something up with him and Cowboy Cerrone if Cerrone gets by Gillard. Or even if he doesn't get by Gillard, it'd still be a great fight.
And my man got hurt. Kochek is out against Ellenberger.
Yeah, he's got a disc, bulging disc.
But no, this week
people are always like, why are all these fighters getting injured? Well, they're in the business of their business is getting really good at fucking people up. That's what they're doing. So, and the only way to get really good at fucking people up is you got to practice fucking people up all day. And while you're practicing fucking people up, people get fucked up.
Did you fucking, how happy were you? I mean, it's impartial. I was happy as fucking. I gave him out of respect, Mike Swick.
Oh, my God.
I gave out Mike Swick out of respect, 7-1 motherfucking 3 bitches.
And I'll tell you what, before that, DeMarcus looked fantastic.
Yeah, DeMarcus always brings it. Yeah, he
caught him perfect, man. When he caught that leg and dropped that right hand on him, man, it was perfect placement. He did it so fast. Like, DeMarcus just went out with that first shot, and then Swick tagged him 2 more times before the ref got to him.
And the fucking Karate Kid and Beta was a great fight.
Dude, Lyoto Machida is a scary guy. You gotta get a hold of that guy. And that's no picnic either. He's got great wrestling and great use of his body. He did a lot of sumo when he was a kid, which sounds silly, right? But they're really good at like throwing people off in like certain directions and pushing forward and planting yourself. And you know, he's got amazing tricks that he does inside with like little leg trips and shit like that. It would be interesting to see him versus, look, if Henderson somehow or another beats John Jones, seeing him, Lyoto Machida versus Henderson, I would really like to see that fight. That would be crazy. I would love to see that fight because they're both kind of on the small side for light heavyweight. Lyoto weighed 201. Henderson's usually somewhere around there. Even when he fights at 205, he usually weighs around 200-ish. You know, I think that would be an incredible fight. Henderson Jones is going to be a crazy fight too, man. If Henderson wins, he's like the greatest mixed martial arts fighter of all time, if you really look at it. If you look at it like as far as accomplishments, the guy wins 2 different titles in Pride in 2 different weight classes. And then he holds them at the same time. Comes over to Strikeforce, wins a title in Strikeforce. He's a knockout over heavyweights like Fedor Emelianenko. Guy knocked out Fedor. You know, I mean, Dan Henderson is a motherfucker, dude. That guy's a motherfucker. You can never sleep on that
Let's
guy.
see if he figures out John Jones.
If he figures out anybody, man, he's got that one weapon that's so retarded strong. His right hand is so powerful, and he has this crazy confidence in it, and he takes an amazing shot. He's so tough. So he'll wade through some shit to get to you and clip you with that thing and just put the lights out, man. He's dangerous, man.
Clip you with that thing.
He's fucking dangerous. And I think he's more dangerous at 205 than he is at 185. I think especially as you get older, it's hard for a guy like that to cut all that weight. You know, I think when he doesn't cut weight, he's one of the rare guys that can do it, that fights effectively at 205. Yeah, I think when he doesn't cut that weight, I think maybe he feels a little bit healthier. Out of so many years of doing that shit, man, that's like one of the worst aspects of fighting is the weight cutting. It's sad. It drives me nuts because the sport is always supposed to be about being healthy. It's supposed to be about, your body being tuned in the best possible way for combat. But it's really not, because the 24 hours before you fight, you fuck it up hardcore. You suck all the water out of it so you could fight in a lower weight class. It's this weird fucking silly thing that's still around. It shouldn't be a factor. It should be, really, honestly, it is a part of the sport. There's probably no getting rid of it at this point without some sort of a radical restructuring of the way people look at martial arts. But I think that it's almost like it's not in the proper spirit of martial arts and competition. I feel like you have to do it today if you're a professional, because everyone's doing it. And if you want to fight against guys your size, there's only one way to do that. You're going to have to fight against, the scale as well. You're going to have to cut weight, and you're going to have to go in because everybody else is doing it. Otherwise, you're not going to win. You're not going to beat a 190-pound guy if you really weigh 170. If he's just as skilled as you, that extra 20 pounds, even though it fucked his organs up and might have almost shut his kidney down and he had to get reinflated with IVs, he's probably still going to beat you, because he's a bigger guy. He's got more mass, especially if he can get you to the ground. He'll have more strength. He'll have more to push around. And when they refuel themselves with IVs, like, they can do it pretty well with IVs, where in 24 hours, it's worth it for them. But it's still bad for your body, and it's unfortunate, I think. I hate the idea that those people have to do that, It sucks.
What are you going to do? It's part of the fucking game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to go to Starbucks and write jokes. They got to lose fucking weight.
I know, but wouldn't it be better if they all just fought their weight class? I think I think a perfect utopia of mixed martial arts would be everybody fights in whatever the fuck they weigh, and we find out what everybody weighs. It just naturally. This is what you weigh when you're in shape. What do you weigh when you're like when dog fighting shape? When they used to fight dogs, they used to